Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new on this channel, hi, my name is Nolo Rain, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for hanging around. Thank you for clicking. I know I ghosted you guys for about 2 months now, and yeah, things have not been good. A lot has been happening in my life, and I just felt like I was not in a position to express myself creatively. A lot of this recording that I do, this vlogging that I do, it's something I do when I am really happy. It's something that makes me happy. So when something bad is happening in my life, I really cannot bring myself to come and record and not share with you guys. So I tend to just keep it to myself, go through what I have to go through, and then share with you guys when I'm ready. So I'm terribly sorry for just leaving you guys hanging, but I'm here to tell you like what has been happening with me. I give you a little bit of a life update. So this video is going to be very chatty, so I hope you have the time. Sit back and let me share with you guys what has been happening in my life. So let's get into the video. So the beginning of this year was really great. You guys went with me through the journey of, being pregnant, giving birth to our baby boy, in which is right here. We're doing a little bit of sun basking. Ethan, say hi to the guys. We're in winter season right now, so it gets a little bit cold. It's almost over. The season is almost over, but some days are cold, others are better. So we just come outside on some days when it's really cold in the house, and we just bask in the sun for a few minutes and then go back inside. So I thought I would just sit down and record this video because I didn't have the actual energy to set up a whole camera. So I'm just holding my phone and talking to you guys. So anyway, the beginning of this year was really great. We welcomed our amazing baby boy. It was such a beautiful experience, and I felt like it was just a full circle of my motherhood journey. I felt so happy. I felt so fulfilled. Finally, I had this little family that I'd always wanted, and I was just so thankful, so grateful, so fulfilled, and we're just in a happy place as a family. And then I still remember I talking to you guys about going through a little bit of postpartum depression. That was not as hard as what happened afterwards. So I went through that for a couple of weeks, but it was not as terrible. It's just that I was having a hard time, doing this whole motherhood thing on my own here without my husband. It just got to my mind a little bit, but it's not something that I had never experienced before. It was not new. So I got through it. I pushed through it. And by then I was still uploading, recording my videos, because you guys, making YouTube videos actually makes me happy. It makes me really, really happy, because honestly we don't get a lot of money from this. I do not get a lot of money from this, so I do it for the joy of doing it. It's something I genuinely enjoy doing. I feel like when I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to people, my friends, my internet friends, my aunties, my uncles. I like the positive feedback, I like the community. So that's why I do YouTube. So fast forward to around May. Was it in May? Yes. One of my kids, I'm not going to say which one of my kids because it's still a very touchy topic for me, but one of my kids developed medical challenge, a medical problem. And you guys, this is not something I ever thought would happen to us. Growing up, I grew up a healthy person. I don't remember spending time in the hospital, or, you know, any of my siblings being sick at some point or spending time at the hospital, other than the occasional, headache or stomach ache. We never really went to the hospital. So health for me is just something that has always been there. And when I gave birth to my kids, I think at the back of my mind, I just expected them to be as healthy as I was when I was younger, even up to this age. So when one of my kids started experiencing this medical challenge, it really got me down, you guys. I don't want to lie to you. It made me realize how good health is like the biggest blessing we have in our lives from God. How sometimes we take it for granted, or we take it for as something that is guaranteed to us. So prior to this, there had been scares here and there, but we never really thought it would develop into what it developed into. So it just went from like a 20 to 100 over a few weeks, and it really hit me hard, you guys. I started asking myself a lot of questions. Like, I started asking God a lot of questions. Why was this happening to me? What had I done? I spent a lot of sleepless nights. Like, I would cry. I actually want to cry right now. I would just cry thinking about how what my kid was going through with this condition, and what her life is going to look like going forward. So it was a really difficult moment in my motherhood journey. It's been the most it's been the most difficult part of my motherhood to date. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't want to cry. That's why I have just been MIA, because let me just take a moment. It's been really, really difficult accepting that this is happening to my child. And we have done most of what we can do. Just didn't understand how I could experience the happiest moments of my motherhood giving birth to our son, and in the same year experience such difficulty with one of my kids, concerning her health. It was so, so difficult. And I don't want to say the condition right now, because it's still something that we're still trying to get to the bottom of. So we ran around, took her for some tests in Harare, which were not cheap, by the way. If you live in Zimbabwe, then you know that medical attention, or seeing doctors, tests and things like that are really, really expensive. So this is something that we had not budgeted for, we're not even considering. So we took her for some tests in Harare, and you know she had some tests done, and we had to take her to specialists to get her checked out. And they basically told us that this thing was genetic, and there's not a lot that can be done, and it's not something that can be solved overnight. It basically like takes like years for it to maybe go away. And so they put her on medication, and right now we're just still working with the doctors to find the right dosage that will make it better for her. So it really affected her school term this term. Some days she wouldn't go to school, on other days she would go to school, and I would be called at school, being told this has happened to your child, you need to come. And it was really, really stressful. It has been a really stressful and emotional time in my life, and being here alone without my husband has made it even harder. It made me like even rethink this whole idea of me staying here and him being there, because I just felt like I couldn't do it on my own. And the only place I genuinely felt like I could run to at this moment in time was to God. I felt like He was the only one who could help me, who could understand what I was going through, who could bring peace, who could bring the answers I was looking for. So I embarked on a journey back to just finding God, and developing a relationship with him, because I came to the understanding and the realization that there are some things I cannot do for my kids, no matter how much I love them, no matter how much I want them to be, live a good life, a full life. There are just things that are beyond me that I can just put in, that I just need to put in God's hands. So it has just been a really, really tough few months, and we're still not out of the woods yet. She's still not out of the woods yet. We haven't found like the perfect balance, but I'm getting what can I say? Kusvika panzvimbo yekuaccept that this is the situation that is on the ground, and just trying to research more and more about the condition, what I can do as a parent to help my child. That has been at the forefront of my mind. Just trying to search on Google, talking to the doctor, just trying to understand more about this condition. So yeah, you guys, that is what has been happening in my life. So the thing with me is, when I am going through things like that, I honestly genuinely can't take my camera out and just continue with my life. It gets me so down, and this has been one of the um hardest points of my life. This thing has put me, it crushed my spirit basically. It crushed my spirit, and I felt like it's a mountain that was so high. I don't know where I found the strength to climb it. I'm still climbing it, and I'm just hoping and praying to God. I'm sorry, you guys. My phone, yeah, cut. It's running low on storage, so I had to delete some movies and stuff. So, like I was saying, this has been the hardest part of my life. When they say life is full of ups and downs, this has been a down. Like, I felt defeated. I really felt defeated, but I can for sure tell you that my strength in this moment of time has come from God. I needed to find strength so that I can be there for my child, because if I show them how much this is stressing me, it's obviously going to stress them too. So I've just really been trying to be fully present with them, give them my time, my undivided attention, and just make sure I am paying attention to them, because I felt like before this happened, yes, I've been paying attention to my kids, but I was paying more attention to the newborn, obviously, because he needed my attention. But it really put it in my head that I have to divide my time equally between my kids. So that is what has been happening, you guys. I feel like I'll be ready to share more when we know more about the condition, and when she is getting much better. So for now, I'm sorry, you guys, I won't be able to tell you like the condition and things like that, because I don't know, I'm just not yet ready to share with it. I feel like I don't understand more about it as much. So when I feel like I'm ready, I will definitely share it with you guys. I'm sorry, ndiri panze pachirugwi, chirugwi chedu chiri apa ichi, so you can hear the chickens. So anyway, what else have I been doing? I've been baking a lot. I feel like baking is therapy for me. I've been baking a lot. I've taught myself how to make a lot of things. I started baking donuts. Excuse me, I started baking donuts. I even started selling some of the donuts. I taught myself how to make samosas, the samosa wraps. I taught myself how to make meat pies. What else? What else did we make? I can't remember all of it. The obvious banana breads, the carrot cakes, and things like that. So, baking has been a really big part of my time, my therapy through this situation. And yeah, that's what I've been doing to relax. I feel like it's also a way I show my creativity, because I see these recipes, and then I try to make them my own. So that is just me being a creative. So baking has been awesome. That has been bringing a smile to my face. I've also, been playing with baby here, giving him my attention. And some days have been really hard. There are some days he's just cranky, he's crying. Some nights have been sleepless. And now more than ever, I've wished that um, my husband was here, and there was someone I could just give all the responsibilities I have here as a mom, and just be in my space alone, unbothered, wallow in my misery, and just know someone else is taking care of the things while I feel my emotions. But it's really hard to do that when you are the mom, the dad, you are the adult at home, and all the kids are looking up to you with, mama should have it together. So I just needed to take the time to find myself, um to get back to God, honestly, to God, get back to God, and to ask myself the difficult questions, and just all of those things. So yeah, what else have I been doing? Obviously the chickens, yeah, we're still trying to grow our numbers. I've been taking care of my chickens. We bought an incubator, which has been a disappointment, story for another day. But still trying to grow numbers. They've been hatching really well, and yeah, so far so good. I've also been trying to regrow my garden because everything there had died. Everything had died, you guys. We didn't have a garden. We didn't have my veg. That my veg and that was really really bad. So me and the kids have been working on the garden. It's coming up slowly but surely. Yeah, it's getting back to its glory days. We've got some cabbage in there. I'll show you guys in another vlog probably. Some veggies, some pepper, carrots, onions. It's getting back to its glory days. So yeah, that is what has been happening. And also, I've been teaching myself how to drive the manual car again. So story time, short story time. I feel like this video is going to be too long. I took my license back in 2018, if not 2019, and I wrote my provisional and took my license in a space of about 3 weeks. We're still living in Malawi by then, and so I just, when I got the opportunity to come to Zimbabwe, I just decided to get a license because I was so tired of walking. So I took my license, obviously. Uh, Using the manual car here in Zimbabwe, you have to drive the manual car to get a license. So it was really easy for me because I just did like 2 weeks lessons and I took the license. But soon after that, I never got back into driving a manual car. My husband bought me my car, and so I went into it. It's an automatic car, and that has been the car that I've been moving it with for years now. So like I've been telling you guys, my car has been giving me problems, and we still haven't fixed it. The finances just went under after this situation with our kid. We just have to put our money towards her health and the school fees and things like that. So we haven't had a chance to fix the car. So the car that is there right now is my husband's car. When he goes to work, he doesn't carry the car. It's there, but it's a manual car, and I've just really been dreading driving it. But it just got to a point where I was like, no, why are you afraid of driving this car so much? It became a fear in me, and I had to take refresher lessons. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And so that's what I've been doing to keep myself occupied. I can probably tell you guys that I am now going to pick my kids from school because I was not really happy with the way the school bus was moving. It would delay bringing them home, and they would go really early in the morning, and it was just not something that I wanted. So I just really had to push myself to go back to driving the manual car. Tell me in the comment section if you're like me and you just do not like manual cars. Maybe I'm going to grow my love for them is going to grow and I'm going to start enjoying driving the car. But right now it's out of necessity. Okay, where we stay is a bit far from town and we don't have motor material more accessible to us. You have to walk like a long distance to get there. So I was just really tired of it all with the newborn and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what has been happening in my life. But I want to assure you guys that I am feeling much better now. I know I cried at some point in this video. The emotions are still there. It's not something that it can just go away, but I'm feeling a little bit much better now. Um, yeah, and my child is also feeling a little bit much better now. So yeah, I feel like I can come back to YouTube and continue with doing what I love most, which is talking to you guys. My phone is right running out of space again, but like I was saying, I really enjoy talking to you guys. So expect more videos after this one. I am going to start vlogging again. I really missed it here. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I just haven't been posting, but I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos and I'm just so inspired by all the Zimbabwean content creators. So thank you guys so much for listening to me rant about what has been happening in my life. I'm sorry I couldn't share the full information, but when I'm ready, trust me to share it with you guys. And yeah, expect more videos. Ethan is here, he is growing. Look at those cheeks. Say hi. I think that is enough sunbasking for today. I really want to uh, put together this video. It won't take me time because it's mostly talking. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon in my next vlog. And yeah, this is what is happening with my hair. Last update. I am going back. I'm sorry, you guys. And I just had to start here. I know my bands are the worst. They're so painful, but at least these were not as painful. And yeah, I've just been putting my wigs over them when I want to go town or wear a hat. If you've met me in town, you probably met me wearing a hat. So yeah, this is what is under the hat. My hair has grown a little bit. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it natural though, because natural hair is not for the faint-hearted. So yeah, you guys, that's a little bit of a life update. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know how you have been doing in the last couple of months in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for hanging around, and to everyone who sent me a message, checking up on me. Thank you guys so much. I do not take it for granted. I appreciate each and every one of you. And to the new subscribers, you can expect more content. Okay, thank you for subscribing. And yeah, that's it from me and baby Ethan here.